camera. How did that happen? Okay. Good morning. Sorry. How is everyone this morning? Today is Monday. We're in the fourth week of the month. Four. And hold on. Get set up yet. So I'm having a little moment. Yeah, I know. What's that noise?
They're testing the tornado.
That's our tornado testing going off in the background. Isn't that comforting? Oh my goodness. Good morning from Tennessee, Karen Sunstein. I don't love that noise.
It's every Monday.
Every Monday, that's so lovely. Anyway, good morning. Today I'm actually wearing a spring blouse. It is warm inside the RV. I did have to wear a jacket outside the RV to walk the dog because the blustery cool winds. However, on Wednesday, we're going to be in southern Alabama, and then after that, we're going to be in Florida, my home. So last night, I got all my spring clothes out. My sister Mardi and I on the phone went through all of my wardrobe and put my spring clothes out. And today, I decided I was too hot, so I had on a winter top, and I changed it to a spring blouse. So everybody's popping on here, and that's so good. Good morning, Sue from Minnesota. Akita, good morning. She says, Miss Kat and Mr. B.
Hi.
Gani says, good morning. Hi, Gani. Pat Fisher, good morning from Indiana. Linda Robinson, good morning from New Hampshire. Tony Rose, good morning to all. Amanda Juarez, good morning from Omaha, Nebraska. Pam Spock, I'm thinking that's how you pronounce your name. Good morning from North Carolina. I'm off today for President's Day. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think most of you probably, if you work, are off today. Mary Sellers, good morning. And Roll Tide, Mary. So can y'all hear it? Either they're testing for a tornado warning or
No.
they see a tornado. I don't know. They don't. There hasn't been anything on the news about bad weather. Thumbs up, please. Thank you very much, Tony. Debbie, good morning, Kat. Holiday here in Nova Scotia, so I could join in today. Family Day. Yay, Family Day there and President's Day here. Hi, Julia Phelps. Good morning from Tallahassee. She's a Tallahassee lassie. I have today off. Yay. Kathy Young, good morning from Ohio. Hi, Kathy. So what are we going to talk about today? How about spring wardrobes? I know, you guys, if you're in Omaha and you're in all those places like Nova Scotia, it's ridiculous. So I pronounced Spot correctly. Thank you, Pam, for giving me confidence. Connie Saab Miller says, good morning. Good morning, Connie. So as you can see, we're in an RV park in North Alabama. We're getting our maintenance done. We've already had the maintenance done on the RV. We're going to have the diesel engine checked, which we do every year, just as maintenance. We've had it all washed and waxed, so she looks beautiful. I washed the dog. I washed all her bedding. I cleaned the bathroom for zone 3 from stem to stern. Mr. B is on here. Ernestine Frame, good morning from Kansas. Hey, Ernestine, you're not unfamiliar with tornado warnings, are you? Anyway, we did escape last week. We had bad weather coming through. It was supposed to be inch hail and tornadoes, and we just closed up the sides of the RV to give it less wind resistance. Took our baby girl and went on a ride about 2.5 hours south. So we were safe. Beautiful tree blossoms are coming out in Central California. Tony, that's so wonderful. My sister Marty sent me some pictures of her azaleas in full bloom. They're fuchsia and gorgeous. And I know even in Alabama, we went back to look at our property yesterday, which is for sale. And there were little red leaves coming out on everything. And then there's some purple blooming trees. I'm not quite sure. Those might be red buds, but they didn't look like red buds. Hi, Ellie K down in Florida. Good morning. So today we're going to do our weekly home blessing hour. For those of you who are off today, if you are employed and you did it on Saturday, just have a free day. I actually want to tell you, if you're an at-home homemaker and it's a holiday, a federal holiday, I actually don't want you to work today. And I don't want you to take it as a free day. I want you to take it as a holiday, which as a thinking woman, you get to decide if you want to just skip the weekly home blessing hour or you want to move it to a different day. It's up to you. Maybe you could skip car and purse, or you could skip, You can't skip planning and desk day. You can't skip errand day. Those things have to happen. You've got to feed yourself. But you could skip weekly home blessing. I'm giving you permission. So when you have a holiday, I like you just to relax and do your routines. So what are your routines? You know, we have the morning routine, even on a holiday. If you can get up 30 minutes before the family, you're going to feel so much better if you get up and get dressed. Hi, June Emmerich. Good morning. And then do, you know, swish and swipe and wash your face and moisturize your skin and put on a little makeup and fix your hair. Get your clothes on, make your bed, put your pajamas away, empty the dishwasher. That's the morning routine, and get yourself something to drink. And then you can get your little kiddos up and put them through their morning routine. Then everybody's ready for the day. This is a fun day, right? Okay, we've got a couple more people popping in. Portia Tipton, good morning from Canyon, Texas. I am off for President's Day, spending time with my girls. Yay, Portia. Linda Robinson, weekly home blessing on Wednesday for me, prepping for company. Excellent. So lately I've been talking about being a thinking woman, and I think that's what'll be our title for today's live chat is being a thinking woman. That means you still plan out, you're thinking, you're thoughtful, you're insightful when you're planning your week. You're planning it out, thinking about doctor's appointments and things you want to do outside the home and all that to figure out when you're doing what. But sometimes something comes up or you forget. You forget it's President's Day. So, how, as a thinking woman, would you change that? So, I would like to see what you are doing if you didn't know that it was a day you didn't have to do anything on. What are you doing today and what are you doing with your planner? Are you going to do your weekly home blessing hour later in the week? Or if you're payroll, you did it on Saturday, you can do it next Saturday, no different. But if you're not, if you're an at-home homemaker, how are you changing it? Or can you tell me of something that's come up in the last minute and how you, as a thinking homemaker, a thinking woman, changed your plan so that you still have a plan? The beauty of having a plan is that you don't have to think about what to do next. It's there. Excuse me, I set my water out of reach. Hold on. Sorry. You know what you need to do next. This and That with Denise Jordan. Hi, Kat. Hey, Denise. Denise has a beautiful channel. Today, I watched her in a 60-second. She does a 60-second piece, and it was her laundry, what's it called? Your laundry lab. And she talked about washing your dish towels and dishcloths separate from your body towels and body cloths. And she made a very interesting point. I suggest you watch it. I'm not going to give it away, but very interesting point. Okay, Denise. All right, so please tell me how you, as a thinking woman, have done something to change your plan so that you still had a plan. Hey, Elena. Hey, Angela. Good morning. Yes, the laundry lab. Yes. Okay, so tell me, hot spots in my sheets causing catching up on other laundry, been without a washer for a week. All right, so as a thinking woman, you're saying, I'm going to catch up on some laundry, and that's your choice. You get to do that. Anyone else? Ha ha, I was trying to be delicate. I loved it. Don't give it away. Let them go watch it. Tony said, right, not having to reinvent the wheel each day is freeing. Absolutely. I'm reading a book right now. I'll give the name and have Larry put it in the link, but it's about habits. And one of the things it says is the loveliness, it doesn't say that, but I'll restate what she says, is the beauty of having a to-do list or a plan is that you don't have to think about what to do next. Now, I like you to have a plan so that you also have planned time off, that you have rest spots in your day. But the beauty of having a plan, so saying, here's the morning routine. I get up, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I swish and swipe, I moisturize my skin, I put on my makeup, I comb my hair, I put my clothes on, I put my pajamas away, I make my bed, I go in the kitchen, I empty the dishwasher, I make something to drink. That's a list of things to do. You don't have to say, oh, let me go get a cup of coffee and think about what to do. And you're drinking your coffee. And how do I know this? How? Because I've done it so many times. You get up in the morning and you're drinking your coffee. Maybe you're watching the morning news, the weather, whatever. And Nicole just subscribed to you. Yay. Denise, making the routines work for me. The plan allows me to figure it out ahead of time and readjust if life intervenes. Yes, Denise, that's perfect. So, I forgot what I was saying. See, I have ADHD and I forget stuff, or at least ADD. I don't know how HE I am, but I'm definitely DD. Don't forget to thumbs up. Thanks, Mary Sellers. But oh, I know. We're sitting around drinking coffee in the morning. We're in our PJs. The kids are still sleeping. It's like that golden 30 minutes. I remember this when my oldest was a baby, and she wasn't a good sleeper, and I would go and drink my coffee very quietly for 30 minutes until she woke up. But really, what I should have been doing is my morning routine so that when she got up, I didn't feel so much like a martyr because I couldn't take care of myself because I was so busy taking care of a baby. I have a baby now, a dog. And I know I don't equip, a dog is not a human baby, but they take a lot of effort. And she wakes me up still because she's tiny. She's 12 weeks old. She'll be 13 weeks old tomorrow. That's crazy. But she wakes me up with her little whine, and I don't want her to start going crazy. So I get up, I bring my clothes to the living room, I throw my clothes on, I put her leash on, and we go out for a walk. So that happens in the morning before anything because she's a baby. But right now I got her to sleep because I walked her a long time before our appointment, our conversation today. So you might hear a little snore from time to time. But that sitting around and drinking coffee can become a habit on your off days or as an at-home homemaker, and you waste a lot of your day. So even on your off day, isn't it nicer not to be in your PJs and drinking coffee at 1 in the afternoon or whatever you're doing? Isn't it nicer to be in your clothes, to look cute, to have on a little smell good, to have your earrings on? Doesn't that make you feel better? Hmm? And then you can care for your children and get them dressed and get their bed made and get their face washed and their teeth brushed and get their breakfast made and have them put their dishes in the dishwasher, oversee them if they're big enough. Portia said, yes, that makes sense. Good. So tell me, how many of you just put your little hand, you can put a little hand sign or you can put a thumbs up sign or any kind of little sign. How many of you are guilty of not doing your morning routine right away on your off day or as an at-home homemaker? How many of you are guilty of that? I'll wait. Because I know there's a billion, because people do it all the time. And what I want you to know is that you're not on your own here, that you're not by yourself, that you're not a failure. You're just getting better. You're practicing. You are, Bridget, she's my sweetheart in Ireland. She's so sweet. Bridget is an author and she's fabulous. Beth Reiners, good morning. And she says, yep, she's guilty. Trisha says she's guilty. You know, I'm guilty. Nicole's guilty. I just want you to know Amanda's guilty. See how we are? It's our natural inclination. Mimi's guilty. I like your little pink hand, Mimi. Bridget says you are fab. Thanks, Bridget. Bridget is Irish and she writes in the Irish language, which told me that's what it's called, not Gaelic. It's called, or Celtic. It's called Irish. And she writes children's books in the Irish language. And she had the #1 Irish children's book in Ireland. Was it last year or year before last? And she's currently writing another one. I'm so proud of her. June does it. Karen does it. Desiree does it. Kendra does it. So Desiree says she's guilty. Micah, we are going to look at houses today. Please keep us in your prayers. I've been working on a project to throw away anything I can't see in a new home. Oh my goodness, we will keep you in prayer, Micah. And you can do this. You can do this. And Micah's baby, how old is he now, Micah? Is he 6 months old yet? Or 3 months old? So that's going to be fun. Denise says she tries not to do it. Good, Denise. And we all try, don't we? We try not to do that. But I just want you to know he's 5 months old. I was close. So you can do this, Micah. I hope you find the perfect home for your family. And I want you to remember to do this thing that I tell people to do, which is to get a blank piece of paper, a page in your planner, a notebook, whatever, and write each room and each area of storage that is in that room or will be in that room, and what you'd like stored in those specific areas, like in the second drawer to the left of the sink, that kind of thing. So that when you get ready to put it in there, you could even put stickies on everything, and everything can go in the right shelf or the right drawer or in the right cabinet or in the right dresser, so you can have everything. Sue's guilty. So that's going to help you. And then when you're putting things away and you say, oh, oops, I forgot about this, then you either have to come in and come down and come up with a plan as a thinking woman. How can I adjust this? Because this is something I love, need, use, or put out on display, which is use. Or, and put it in that spot, or say, you know what? You're not worthy. You do not belong in my house, and I refuse to live in a storage bin. Okay? All right. June said, my mother came in and sit and something her own thing. What does that mean? I don't know what that means exactly. Your mother came in and does her own thing, says her own thing, sits her own thing. Could be any of those. Hi, Mom. She's probably younger than me. Okay. What do you want to talk about? What would you like help with? This is a chat, so I want you to talk back and tell me what you want help with this morning. We've got, oh my goodness, we've got like 40 minutes left.
There's one.
Shauna and Monica. Okay, Shauna said, question, I know you referenced the Sidetracked Home Executive and they use note card system and you utilize a planner instead. What are your thoughts comparing note cards to planners? Those note cards that they use in the Sidetracked Home Executives, if you've ever read that, represent so much work because you have a card for each and every single thing that you do. I love the idea, but when you're facing this many cards in a week or this many in a day and you have to do them all, sometimes it's overwhelming. And most people fall off the box. But if it appeals to you and you can do it, and many people have, and I did it for years off and on, it's fine. If you prefer doing that, that's fine. Just make sure you do it in the routines that I give you and in the zones that I give you. You can do that. It's like you can do a combination thing. All right, let's see. Monica was next. Monica says, good morning. Thanks for everything. I've been struggling with routines. Today I started with only 3 steps of the routine: bed, dress up, swish, and swipe. Add more steps little by little. Monica, I actually recommend that to a lot of the people I mentor. If they just are frozen and can't seem to get it done, I will say, pick your morning routine, write it all down, and pick 3 things you can do regularly. When you get comfortable with that, add the next thing. Add the next thing. And you can do that with each of the routines. So good job. I'm proud of you. That was an excellent idea. Mary Sellers, my father-in-law, has his classic 57 Chevelle in our shop. I'm no longer nervous when he pops up with a friend to show them the car. House and shop are all in order. Oh, Mary, I'm so proud of you. Yay. And I know you feel so much better. And you can be more hospitable, can't you? Micah said, thank you for the tip. Once we find the perfect house, I'll do that. Yes. And Akita is guilty. Now, Akita is one of my mentees, and she is a nurse and a teacher, and she teaches nursing, and she is a super busy woman with lots of kids. But and most of the time, she's got her act and she has her act, whatever that is, that saying. She's on point. But everybody slips, don't we? Yep, everybody slips. June Emmerich did this and that with Denise Jordan. My question is how to choose the next project. Oh, that's a great question. Does everybody know what a project is? A project is when you've done your zones for a little bit, and then you're working on your zones, and you keep thinking about the whatever, the craft room, the garage, the attic, the storage unit, whatever it is, one of your units of your home that you think I would be so much better served if I could just take care of that. These look okay for now. That's when you choose a project. So if you have 2 or 3 projects in your head, then you're going to pick one. And to choose what it is just to say, what is the highest priority, Denise? What is the highest priority? So if it's affecting you, that's going to be like if it's the garage and you want to park your car in there and it's coming up on the rainy season, then maybe the garage is the next priority. Or If it's Christmas and all of your stuff is in the attic for Christmas, you're coming up on Christmas, then maybe the attic is the priority, or like that. So when you get a project, you work for 2 hours a week, not 1 hour a week. You don't do zones. You make sure you're doing weekly home blessing hour. You make sure you're doing clutter stops, because we want everything to stay the status quo. We don't want it to get worse. We want it to stay. It won't go away, but it can stay the same, and you can live with that. So it's 2 hours a week, 30 minutes a day, 4 times a week for at-home homemakers, 2 hours for payroll on Saturday morning instead of the 1 hour of zone work. And you need a plan. Now, I've got videos on the project plan. So that's what you need. You need a project plan. Okay, let's go back and see. Mr. B, you need a cough drop? Okay, Tracy Grant, question, when does email get handled? I have so many that don't go through, and I don't go through them. Does it count as paper? No, it's not paper, but it's still a cluttery thing that you can take care of instead of paper if you don't have paper. If you have paper and you have email problems, you can do both, because paper just takes a couple of minutes a day, 6 inches a week. If you have email issue, then I'm going to suggest that you go through it 4 or 5 times a week. Actually, no. Yeah, I would go through it 5 times a week. I actually went through mine 7 times a week to get rid of it, but I made folders for certain things. Like I have a folder for Maggie May now. I have a folder for the RV. I have a folder for, I have certain things that I love to, recipes and things like that. So I made folders, and then I started with the newest things, and if I want to keep them, I've answered it, or I don't need to answer it, but it's important information from the vet, for example, I put it in Maggie May's folder. If you go through that first week, the second week probably isn't as important. The third week less, and the fourth week less, and then you get into the months, and you can just glance at those, delete, delete the whole month. Just delete, delete, delete for about 5 minutes. And then do that every day until it's all cleaned up. And also, as you get new email, if it's something you don't want, unsubscribe to the new email. Don't worry about the old. Just unsubscribe to the new email. And if you get anything that's junk, like lately we've been getting a lot of Amazon notices saying, oh, your account's been suspended, blah, 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 and you know it's not true, then those I report junk. Okay? So that's how you do it. And slowly but surely, that's going to go away too. Remember, it's the dripping of water that wears away stone. So you have to take care of your daily, and then that week. And then once that week is gone, your daily and the next week. And then once that's gone, your daily and the next week. And finally, your daily and the next month, your daily and the next month, your daily and the next month, until they're all gone. And you can at some point go, you know what? None of these old ones are worth saving. I'm not going to keep any of them. I haven't looked through them in forever, so I'm going to just delete, 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 delete. Okay? All right. What's next? So that was AW. Oh, AW made a comment. She said, if you have too many emails, keep a week's worth and archive the rest. I'll be there if you need it. It'll be there, but most likely you won't need it because you haven't this far. Yeah, you could do that too. Hi, Monica P. You're welcome. Well, Monica, did you ask the question in the first place? Let's see. No, that was Tracy. Okay. Shauna. Hey, Shauna Ferguson. Thank you. Appreciate all your help. I thought it sounded a little overwhelming too. Mimi, that would frustrate me. Karen, advice on paring down a wardrobe. Ooh, Karen, I love that question. So, how do you pare down a wardrobe? You know, you might not want a 10-item wardrobe like Jennifer Scott does, but actually, if you watch Jennifer Scott, and that's the Daily Connoisseur, she actually has a 10-item core wardrobe with additional things, like sweaters are additional, t-shirts are additional, layering pieces are additional. So that's a possibility if that's something you want to do. And I actually did that for a couple of years, but I decided I need a little bit more. So anyway, when you're going through your clothes, you want to determine, number one, first get all your tops together. Okay. Now you can take all your off-season things and just put them away. You don't even have to go through them yet, but just get your current things together. So right now it'd be winter, maybe winter, spring. So get all your tops together and determine, are you sick of it? Does it fit you? Is it in bad repair or worn out? Um, have you worn it? Even though you might love it and it's in great repair and it fits you, you think you love it, but you haven't worn it. Those I want you to hang, you know how the hanger goes this way? I want you to hang it this way on the rack, okay? And then make a point of wearing that top to see why you don't like it. And when you put it on, maybe the color actually doesn't uh, make you feel your best or look your best. Or maybe it's got an itchy tag that you forgot about and you just can't bear it. So put a giveaway pile for things that are great, like that, a throwaway pile for things that are worn out, um, and then a put away pile you don't need. You just hang those back up and with all your blouses. And you might want to separate your winter from your spring. But that's how you go through. You determine that way. Then you do that with your sweaters. You do that with your cardigans. You do that with your outerwear. You do that with your slacks. You do that with your jeans. You do that with your tops. We did tops, your t-shirts. You do that with your dresses. You do that with your skirts. Okay, so that's how you downsize your wardrobe to start with. Then you need to make sure that each piece you have goes with 3 things. So like this little top goes with black pants, goes with white pants, and goes with jeans. So I can keep this little top. It actually doesn't go with black pants. That's navy. It goes with navy pants. Navy pants, jeans, and white pants. And right now I'm wearing some jeans that are light colored like that, a little bit darker, but that's what I'm wearing. So it goes with 3 things. So that's important when you get your pants out. If you have a pair of gold pants, for example, does it go with 3 things that you look good in? Then you can keep it. If it doesn't, then I suggest you give that away. Unless you love, love, love them, they look awesome on you, and you've said, okay, they go with a white blouse, and they go with this black blouse. And you know what, Kat? That little blouse you're wearing, I could have something like that in here. Let me look. Oh, yeah, they do. And so I can keep my gold pants if that's what you want to do, okay? I don't know if anybody has gold pants, but you understand what I'm saying. And I don't mean like leather gold. I just mean the gold color. Okay. I have a lot of people talking to me. Let's see. Who else did I miss? June. Hi, June. You were in the hospital. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. I hope you're well. Monica said, thank you so much. Mary Sellers said, thank you, Kat. I hug you with prayers every day. Mary, that is so sweet, and I really, really appreciate that. You and Mr. B, Clutter Stops. Oh, and Mr. B gets hugs with prayers. Aw. Yeah. Clutter Stops were a game changer for me. Yes. Mimi said, I had to take the morning routine and had to condense it to bedroom, bathroom, parts 1 and 2, etc. Whatever works for you, Mimi. Remember, you're a thinking woman, and this is your home. I'm just going to give you general, basic rules. Denise said, I want to be able to get into all my closets, open the doors, and see order. And you can do that. That is a wonderful vision for your closets. So if you wanted to make a closet or your closet's a project, that could be part of your vision. Remember, we have a mission and vision statement at the top, Denise. Vegan, this is a question. We moved. You did? How to get a house unpacked beyond basics when everything needs painting, repairs, etc., with 4 kids homeschooling and life in full swing. Well, that's not easy. It depends on what you want to do. How long is it going to be before the repairs and the painting is done? If it's imminent, I wouldn't unpack anymore. I would make sure that's happening. And if we can live with the basics, live with the basics. And you know what? When you do finally unpack, you're going to say, wow, I lived so long without this thing. Maybe I don't need it. So that's my suggestion. Okay. Let's see. Where was that question? Here it is. Micah said, Tracy, I do email during planning and desk day for major cleanout. That's very good. I love that. Portia, as a payroll, I do 1 home blessing item a day instead of 1 a week. Is that okay? Of course that's okay, Portia. That is your way of thinking that it's going to work for you. And if it works for you, it's one of the ways I have suggested that people do it in the past is do 1 thing a day. I personally never had the energy at the end of the day to do something like that, but you might. Mr. B said, if you want to be personally mentored by Kat, join her special mentoring Patreon channel. And I have some spots that have just come open again for next month. So if you want to be mentored, I have one that I can make into $100 spot, which is 4 times a month. And I have about 3 that are $50. That's twice a month. So if you want to be mentored, then make sure you send me a text from the Patreon channel. You do have to be a patron to be mentored. So send me a personal message rather, with your phone number, and I'll contact you and we'll figure out which one works for you before you sign up. You don't want to sign up and then not be able to take the spots that I have, okay?
And the videos are only $5.
Yeah, and that's only $5 a
And that's
month.
cheaper than
And
a
you know what you
dozen
get?
eggs.
You get something every single day encouraging you to do the thing that day. Okay, every single day. And right now we're in the Home Sweet Home series. I'm going to have a new series for March. I haven't decided what it is yet, but I think it's going to be fun. Okay, I have some ideas. Hey, Marty, my sister's on here. All right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, I'm melting. I've decided I want to dress more feminine, Nicole said. This spring and summer, I want to wear mainly dresses. I really need to pare down. And you can, Nicole. I did the dresses thing for about a year. I wore only dresses, and Mr. B loved it. He loved it. And then we moved into an RV, and I felt like it wasn't, you're stepping outside straight from the house into the wind or whatever. And I just felt like a dress was not as convenient. So Trisha said, how do you handle yard work? Yard work is separate from
I don't
home,
handle it.
is separate from homemaking. And so what you do is you plan it just like you plan your homemaking in zones. So you'll have 5 zones. Zone 1, I'm going to give you some examples. Zone 1, the front yard. Zone 2, the backyard. Zone 3, the side yards. Zone 4, the front beds. Zone 5, the back garden. That's an example. And then you have routines for the yard. And again, this is after you've done your homemaking in the house. Not that it's not homemaking, but then you have daily routines, weekly routines, monthly routines, and you need to keep a list. So what do you do daily in your yard? Maybe daily in your yard, you pull a few weeds. Maybe daily in your yard, it depends on the season. Maybe it's the season where all the trees are losing their sticks and you need to pick sticks up in the front yard, or you have a pecan tree that does whatever. So they're going to be daily things, weekly, like in the summer, mowing the yard in Florida all year long, mowing the yard, edging. Maybe monthly, I don't know, something. Maybe you need to fertilize something. Maybe you need to mulch something. Maybe that's every season or whatever. So you just make a plan for your yard and you work it just like you do your house. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Can y'all see I'm glowing? Glowing. Mr. B's laughing because he thinks it's just a
It's like
riot.
60 degrees in here.
I don't care. I'm hot. Micah, vegan mama, trying to pick a room, doing the painting and unpack each weekend. Idea. Amanda, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Just got back come from having tea with my parents. Oh, how nice. I work the weekends, so I'm back at my house and going to finish up my routines for the day. So happy that I caught you. So glad you're here, Amanda. LK, you're always so calming to me. I'm doing my paper routine right now. Ah, I'm so proud of you. Good job. Portia, thank you. You're welcome. Joyful Noise Mom. Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. Checking in to say hi and bye. Have something that needs my immediate attention. Looking forward to seeing the reply. Bye. Margaret, just popping in to say I have things to do, so just got here and we'll have to watch the reruns. Bye, Margaret. Micah, mentoring with Kat changed my life. She doesn't just help get your house in order, she helps empower you. I will always appreciate her time. And thank you, Mr. B, for supporting her and to help us. Micah, that's so sweet, so sweet. And Mr. B does quite a bit of work. He does the editing, he uploads the films, he does the background information, all that stuff. So he's great. I don't have to think of that. The Catholic Flylady. That's another channel I have on Patreon, the Catholic Flylady. The question is, would you mind telling me the difference between your 2 patron channels? Okay, so the regular patron channel is A Better Life with Flylady Kat, and that is about homemaking. The Catholic Flylady is about homemaking from a Christian perspective. And I'm Catholic, so I have a Catholic Christian perspective.
You don't have to be
About
Catholic.
50% of the people on there aren't Catholic. And you know why? Because Christianity is one thing. We all believe in Jesus Christ as our personal Savior. And so that's what it's about. It's a quickie. They are not long. They're 5 little videos a week, and they're quickies. They're just a thought for the day, maybe a reading from the Bible and a reflection in our home. That's what I've been doing lately. Sometimes just something inspirational, but it's quick, and I get a lot of positive feedback from that people really, really appreciate it. So that's the difference. Okay, Tracy, thanks for all you do. I've made it a point to quickly grab something that needs to be done. It does make a big difference. Yes, ma'am. Suggestions for fitting all house painting repairs, painting repairs, and painting in. We're doing it all ourselves while homeschooling, etc. I'm keeping up with routines, laundry, basic weekly plan for the most part. That is really tough. And if you've decided to do that, then you need to put it in your plan. So if you're going to repair before you paint the bathroom, then you know what? I would put that maybe in my zone 3 as an extra thing to do. Besides cleaning the shower, I'm going to spackle the walls. And then or maybe you want to do it on the weekends if you're at home during the week with your kids and you're busy. Maybe on the weekend you and your husband spackle the wall, and maybe the next weekend you sand the wall, and maybe the next weekend you paint the wall, you edge and paint the wall. And then the next weekend, maybe you're in the guest bedroom and you just do one thing at a time. And then you can unload in that bathroom all the other things besides the basics once it's complete. And it will be fun to have each room bloom. You know what I mean? Like a flower blooming, like a little bush blooming flowers. That's what it'll be like. And then remember what I talked about earlier about having pre-identified what you're going to keep in there. Okay? Okay. Good morning, beautiful cat. Glad to catch you. Sharon. Thank you, beautiful Sharon. Lisa, I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. Hi, Lisa. Noel or Noelle Stevens. Good morning. And she said, thank you. You're welcome. Christy Hunter, what's your advice for incorporating unpacking into a new home, into establishing new routines? I work at home full time. So if you work full time, you're going to unpack on the weekends. And what was the actual question? What's your advice for incorporating unpacking into establishing routines? Routines and unpacking don't really go hand in hand. Unpacking is a whole nother thing. So you're going to wake up in the morning and do your morning routine. And then you're going to work, and you're going to come back and you're going to do your evening, make your dinner and do your after dinner routine, your before bed routine, your clutter stops. And then on Saturday, when you unpack, and you do your zone work, you could say, I'm going to unpack in the zone. You could do that. So the zone this week is the master bedroom, master bathroom, master closet. So this week you could unpack in your room. It's not going to have a time limit. You just need to get it all done and make sure you don't pack junk in your home. You're not living in a cluttered storage area. You're living in a home where everything is streamlined. So that's my suggestion. I hope that helps.
I hope she didn't mean she's a full-time homemaker.
No, she's a full-time.
She works at home full-time?
Yeah, she works at home.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's my understanding anyway. All right, let's see what else we've got. Debbie Tybert, I love both channels. So inspiring. Thank you, Debbie. Micah, vegan mama, are any of the kids old enough to help? My girls helped us, and we used it as a lesson. Measuring the room, figuring out how much paint is needed, budgeting to buy materials. Oh, Micah, you're so smart. Janet Carnes, good morning, Janet. Not teaching today, huh? How are we doing on time? Got 20 minutes. Listen, can you hear my dog snoring? Of course she quit when I stopped. She's not. Can you hear her? I took her on a long walk. She's worn out. Christy said, luckily no junk here. We lived in a camper for 9 months before, so already seriously decluttered. Yes, you are. Good job. That'll be easy. Thanks for the direction, Christy said. You are welcome, Christy. All right, girls, what other questions do you have? How are you doing on the Home Sweet Home series? Are you watching that on Patreon? As a patron on Patreon, the Home Sweet Home series? I love the comments that I'm getting. Billy Joe Geller, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. I just joined your Patreon. Wow, what a great value for the wealth of knowledge on there. Thank you. So happy to have you.
Yes, we are.
Welcome, Billy Joe. Janet said it's President's Day. Yes, it is. And it's Family Day in Canada, in Canada. Family Day. So we both all have on this continent, on the northern continent of America, the day off.
And prayers for Jimmy Carter.
Oh yeah, do remember
He's in
Jimmy Carter in your prayers. He's in his final stages before going
hospice.
home. Hospice is taking care of him, and I know if you've been watching the news, you know that he's home. He was the president when my oldest daughter was born, and I always thought he was a sweet man. You know, he wasn't. They don't have a lot of compliments for him as a president, but as a human being, what a wonderful man. Okay. Oh, are we wiggling? No wiggling. Okay. Here it's Carnival. Oh yeah. It's Mardi Gras, isn't it? Wednesday is Mardi Gras. Tuesday, I don't know what they call Tuesday, but Monday is Lundy Mardi Gras. No, Mardi Lundy, sorry. No, Lundy Gras. My French is really bad. Lundi means Monday, Gras means fat. And then Tuesday, I don't know what they call that, but maybe Jeudi Gras, and then Mardi Gras. And then Thursday is Lent. And for me as a Catholic, that's 40 days before Easter, Fat Tuesday. They call it Fat Tuesday. Well, then that would be Jeudi Gras. Lundi, jeudi, mardi, mercredi, something, samedi, dimanche. I can't remember what Friday is. Anyway, Fat Tuesday. That's right.
If you're fat on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
No, it means that you eat rich foods before Lent, because that's what it's from. Yep. How many of you have had king's cake?
I have.
What are you giving up for Lent? You know, Nicole? I don't know. I have already thought about what I'm going to add for Lent. Oh, should I tell?
What
The one little extra thing that I'm doing? I'll tell you.
I don't know.
Okay,
but I don't know. You got to tell me.
I already told you this morning, and you said, yeah, you're already doing it. Okay, I'll tell you. I have Ash Wednesday is this week. Yes, Emma. For Lent,
yeah.
I've already said that I'm going to be doing more prayers, and so that's good. And then I don't know what I'm giving up yet. I may not give up. I mean, I'm going to be doing my normal Lenten fasting on Ash Wednesday and all the Fridays from meat, and having 2 small meals. It's 2 small meals and 1 medium meal. No, I'm not sidetracked. I'm telling what Lent is. But I'm giving up saying ugly words. Because occasionally one of those slip out. No, we're all human. One of those slip out, so I'm not going to say those anymore. You shouldn't say that naughty word. Okay, so I don't say terrible words or really bad words or even popular bad words. I just say occasional bad word. So that's not happening. That's my thing. I've been to Mardi Gras as a kid too, and we lived near New Orleans for several years. Awesome. Awesome. I know, that's fun. My, Mardi Gras originated in Mobile, Alabama. And when we lived in the Pensacola area, which is just a little bit from Mobile, they always had Mardi Gras. And my daughter-in-law at the time was one of the Mardi Gras queens or whatever, and she was on a crew. And so I've been to those. I haven't been to Mardi Gras New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans back in the day, but I wouldn't want to go now, I don't think. Karen, I need to give that up too. Emma, that's a great one. Thank you. My husband is going to adoration for Lent. I'm giving up unforgiveness by going to confession more regularly. That's nice, Sharon. That's Sharon Ingleton. That's very nice. Billy Joe, if we have about 5 outside projects, how do we decide which one to prioritize first? Example, like building a carport, greenhouse, etc. Well, you say, which is the most important for this time? So, for example, if you were building a carport and you were building a greenhouse, which is going to benefit you the most to be done the first, and how long will it take to be done? So if it took you longer to build a greenhouse than it would for you to need the greenhouse, like right now you'd want a greenhouse if you're in cold weather, then you probably don't want to build the greenhouse right now. You want to wait till later so you can have it for next winter. But maybe you could build the carport in time for the rainy weather so you could pull in your car. That would be how you would figure that out. But if neither one of those applied, then which one do you like the best? That's what I would do. If they're tied in priority, then which one do you want the best? Which one? So that's how I do that. There's no real formula. It's just kind of a thinking woman's thing. Hi, sweet cat. Hi, Kathy Thomas. Micah said, I'm giving up pleasure shows, no TV outside of daily news, and one movie a week for a date night with my husband. That's good. Tony, I'm so thankful you have been to have been mentored by you. I had a gathering on Saturday with 7 former coworkers, and each and every one were so impressed with the ambiance in my home. Oh, Tony, I'm so proud of you. Such a good job. And I know you were proud of you too. Good job. Patrizia Genizio, hi from Italy. Hi, Patrizia. Is that how you say it? B. Ponder gave me some love. Margaret said, we used to get King's Cake at work. It would be fun to see who gets the baby. Yeah. And in the Pensacola area, we lived in Gulf Breeze. They had king cake all the time. Sometimes it would be a baby. Sometimes it would be a gold ring. So, fun. I was surprised it wasn't really a cake. To me, it's what would you call that, Larry?
It's kind of like a cinnamon bun.
Yeah, it's kind of like a honey bun, or a cinnamon bun, round, flat pastry is what it is, but they call it a king's cake. It's good though. Okay, girlies, let's see what we're doing. We got about 15 minutes, so if you want to keep talking, we can, or we can wrap it up. Which would you prefer? If you have questions, I will be happy to answer them about homemaking. Anything? Are you feeling that you are frozen? Are any of you frozen? Sometimes we get frozen with perfectionism. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Remember that we don't live in Pinterestville. And remember that when people put things on social media, pictures of their home, or maybe they're a YouTuber, they stage that so it looks nice. They don't just show you the way it really is. Well, some do. I've already told you that I love Kim Wadsworth of the Wads, and she shows everything. She's a mess, but she's darling. Anyway, but most of them, they don't show the way it really is. And, it's fine because it gives you something to shoot for, but it's not reality. So you're always going to have a little bit of a something somewhere, and that's okay. It's okay. Just do the best you can, and it's your home, not somebody else's home. Advice, this is from Emma. Advice for struggling when you've cleaned, but it doesn't look clean enough. Sometimes it doesn't even look like I just mopped, etc. Emma, you know it's clean, so you have to let that go. Probably when things don't look clean after you've cleaned them is they're old. They probably need to be replaced, and we can't afford to replace all the things we have in our home. In this RV, for example, we have brown mottled floor tiles. So I can't tell if they're clean or not, but I know they're clean when I've mopped it. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look great either. It's not like a white shiny tile. So just let yourself know that it's clean and that you did your best and go forward, okay?
You got to go back.
I've got to go back?
Yeah.
Who did I miss?
You got a lot of people. You got to go all the way back.
Billy Joe said it helps to hear a brainstorm from someone not involved in our projects. Makes so much sense. Let's see. I'm so thankful. No, that was you,
Billy
Micah.
Joe was the last one about the 5 projects.
If we have 5 outside projects, how do we decide?
That.
Okay, before that, Shannon?
Not before that, after that.
After? I read them. Hi, sweet cat. I'm giving up pleasure shows. I'm so thankful to have you mentor me. Patrizia from Italy. I've read all these. Margaret gets king cakes. Billy Joe, it helps to hear from brainstorms. Emma, this is where I was.
Well, I had a dream out.
Huh?
Or something. I don't know. I must have been daydreaming.
Yeah, you're weird.
Oh, There's
Okay, here's Emma. Advice for struggling when you've just cleaned. I answered that. Vegan said, I'm frozen, very overwhelmed. Okay, what do you do when you're frozen? You look at your routines and you say, am I doing any of them? That's where you start. Your routines are the absolute basic thing. So if you're frozen, take your morning routines. You know what they are. Pick out the 3 things that you can do every day and do those 3 things. Then look at your laundry. Maybe you need to wash laundry 5 times a week, but you can't. So just wash it 3 times a week. Pick 3 days you're going to do laundry. Then the after dinner routine. Pick 3 things that need to happen after dinner. Okay? That's the kind of thing I want you to do. Just pick 3 things. Don't worry about the basic weekly plan. Don't worry about the zone work. If you're frozen, this is going to thaw you out. And once you do that, then go to the next thing. Try to get all the routine done. Once you've got all the routine done, then add in the basic weekly plan because your groceries are in there and that's important. Um, the weekly home blessing hour is in there. And then finally, add in your zones. Okay? That's how you get back on track. Know that we're all on this together. All of us are reaching our hands down to pull you on board so you can do it. All right, let's see. Hi. All right. Denise said, I'm struggling with not falling back into bad habits. You know my dining room table. It's a daily struggle not to put something on it. And you know, one of the ideas for that, Denise, is to put something pretty on it. So if you've cleaned your dining room table and it's constantly where you put things, think about it. Number one, why do I put things there? Do I not have a place for things to go when I first come in the house? Maybe I need to establish a little side table by the front door so my keys can go there, my purse can go there, my umbrella can go there. And then I won't put things on the table. But number two is to polish that table, make it look pretty, and put a pretty flower in the middle, you know, a flower arrangement or fresh flowers or a table runner or a pretty bowl, something to remind you that this is not a place for your daily things. Okay? All right. Let's see what else we've got.
Kimmy's on.
I know Kimmy's on. I said hi. Okay. Debbie, yes, this is why I'm starting a project. Okay. And Micah said, my biggest problem is laundry. I wash, dry, fold, and put in a basket, but it takes a day or two to put it away. I have my sister holding me accountable starting this week. Good girl, because the laundry is not done until it's folded and put away. So as soon as you fold it, don't make giant loads. That's the other thing. As soon as you fold it, your job is to take it and put it away or to give it to your children and oversee that, inspect what you expect, and make sure there's room in their drawers. Okay. Karen Sunstein. Hi, I've been feeling very depressed. I'm not in a great mental space. Advice to persevere. If you're very depressed and it runs in your family, I would suggest you go see a specialist and get medication for that. Sometimes, though, we're just sad. We have that sad thing. The light's not good. It's gray, it's cold, it's blustery, it's nasty. And so, what we have to do is to think about ways we can undo that. So, maybe a spark of light and a spark of color in your wardrobe or in your home would be good. Even though it's nasty outside, still getting out and getting some fresh air. Um, those kinds of things. So that's what I would recommend. Sometimes, unfortunately, with ADD, anxiety goes with that, but also depression can sometimes go with that. And it tends to run in families. So I would say see a professional about medication for that to see if that can make you feel better. Okay? Because you don't, there's no need to be depressed. It's a hard to be depressed. Okay? All right, Karen. But I love you and I'll pray for you. Emma, so true. Thank you for that encouragement. You're welcome, Emma. Yes, I love the wad. She's great. Isn't she funny? Okay, so I finally here to my Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy, good morning. So good to have you on this morning. You all know I love Kimmy's. She's in her apron planner and that I use it and I encourage others to use it. It's the best tool ever because there's a place for everything and we don't have to recreate the wheel every day. Tony Rose, this year, Mardi Gras is Tuesday, February 21st. Lunday is Monday. Mardi is Tuesday. Wednesday, is that right?
Wednesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday's Ash Wednesday. That's right.
That's when Lent started.
So fat, well, it's Fat Tuesday. Thank you, Marty. I finally got what you were saying. Oh my goodness. February 21st, and Lent begins on Wednesday, the 22nd. And now Tony's also bringing that to my attention. Thank you, Tony. Hi, Kimmy. Connie says, AW, thank you, Mr. B, for trying to keep everything together for Kat. You are a helpful blessing to us all.
Thank you.
Christy Hunter, Karen, I also suffer from depression. Things that help me when I'm feeling particularly down are making myself get dressed to shoes, including hair and makeup, not just a messy bun either. Good point. And thank you for sharing that, Christy, because, more than just one person is depressed and or has depression as an ongoing physical thing. So I appreciate you sharing that. I don't have depression. I have anxiety, which is different. Also, she said, getting outside for fresh air and sunshine at least 30 minutes, and at the very least, completing my morning routine. Perfect. Perfect. B. Ponder, Kat, just want to tell you that you have helped me so much. You're welcome, B. What's your actual name? Christy Hunter, if it's ongoing and you haven't yet, please speak to your doctor. That's right. Absolutely no shame in reaching out for help. It's amazing the difference the correct medications make. You aren't alone. You girls make me cry. Margaret went to Mardi Gras. She said in college, Marilyn and I went to visit high school friends in Tulane and went to Mardi Gras. Bonnie's sister Karen. Margaret's a family friend. AW, if you avoid putting clean clothes away, ask yourself why. Perhaps your drawers and closets are already too full. Perhaps you could park down on clothing so you have less inventory. Pare down on clothing so you have less inventory to manage. Absolutely true. Mariposa Travels, jumping in late here this morning. Your wisdom has helped to guide my journey in so many ways. Lots of love from Carla in Arizona. Thank you, Carla. Trudy in Tennessee, adjusting to weather in Tennessee, former Floridian. Exercise videos help me. As a Florida Floridian living in North Alabama for a while, I can relate. Karen, thank you, Kat and Christy. You're welcome, Karen,
Oh, I'll
darling.
change it. Give me, I'll change it.
What?
Nothing. Just keep reading.
What are you changing?
Kimmy said I'm using the old link, and she's put the new link on.
Okay.
Okay.
Micah People said, Karen, do you like music or smells? One thing that helps me on the occasional down day is a playlist and oils or candles, but if severe, please see someone. Karen, I'm so sorry you're feeling depressed. This is Kimmy. I can understand our routines and to-dos can feel very overwhelming. Brain dump and pick 1 to 3 things a day to do instead of all the ton we want to do. That's right. That's right. I love it when people keep saying the same thing to people. I think that makes such a difference because it takes, maybe I can say it and maybe another person can say it and then you say it and they hear it, so it's important that people hear that we don't have to do it all. It's not important. Mr. B, she's put Kimmy's planner up, but that's the
Yep.
wrong link, you said?
No,
Oh,
she's got the right one. She said I had the wrong one, but I just
okay.
fixed it.
Is
I mean,
that one? Okay. Karen, hi. Thank you, Micah, she said. Emma, advice for decluttering when it's just difficult on my heart to get rid of the thing, even when I know I don't need it. Yes, that is sentimental clutter. And it is sentimental clutter is not helping you. It's not helping you. And I'm not saying you can't keep something that is sentimental, but people who have sentimental clutter have lots and lots and lots of it. So if you want to keep your grandpa's jersey or you want to keep your grandma's vase, but you don't really love it or need it or use it, but you want to keep it, it's your right. You can keep it. The thing that you have to know is this thing that I'm keeping, this thing that is not my grandma, not my grandpa, not my high school year, not any of those things that we're keeping, our old cheerleading uniform, whatever, is it serving me or is it making me serve it by taking away my space? It says if you want to serve your cheerleading uniform, then keep it because it's going to take room. Now I have some things. I've saved my first communion dress is in my closet in the RV, but my wedding gown is gone and I don't care because I've got the real thing right here, Mr. B. I don't need my wedding gown to remind me of my wedding. I have pictures, okay? So don't make you the servant of it. If it's not serving you, then maybe you should consider getting rid of it, okay? And things to me that are sentimental, clutter, would be the pictures that people send at Christmas time. They're hard to throw away, but I throw them away. I kiss them and I throw them away because you know why? Because my children have that picture in their home in a frame, and it doesn't say Merry Christmas across the bottom. I have other pictures of my grandchildren or my friend's children or my friend's dog or whatever. I'm going to throw it away. I love seeing it, but it's now garbage. I'm going to throw it away. I do that. I keep it for a year and I throw it away the next Christmas. Okay. All right, let's see. It is getting close to time, I think. Oh, it's time. I got to go. Let me read these last few things. I'm going to start with Mariposa Travel. Kimmy, you're so right. Brain dumping and refocusing on priorities can be vital to our sanity. The hardest thing I've done was get rid of my wedding dress, Kimmy said. Me too, Kimmy. Marty, Kimmy, I'm going to have to change the quarterly planners. My poor hands and wrists are too weak. Poor little Marty has rheumatoid arthritis. She needs a lighter one. Micah, Emma Pictures helped me with that, plus my Nana's voice saying, Micah, I know you love me. Throw that away and make room for new memories. I love that, Micah. Karen, thank you, Kimmy. Micah, oh, yes, they are too full, and that's part of my current project. Let's talk about her drawers. Okay, there's the new link that Kimmy put out. Hey, Bess. That's B. Ponder's Bess. Hey, Bess. Advice for decluttering when it's just difficult on my heart. So we got them all. We got them all. I've got to run. I got a client I need to mentor. If, again, you want to be mentored by me, please let me know through Patreon, through the private message. Give me your telephone number. I will call you and we'll see what we can do. Okay? All right, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope that you always remember that you are beautiful. So thank you for being here and be beautiful.